try my own homemade mayo, simply because I wanted to try it even without eggs. So I'm going to tell you what it takes. I'm going to use our Flex Plus. Haven't tried this. This is my first time. So if it's a fail, it's a fail. And if it's fabulous, then you get to witness it being fabulous to start with. So I have a cup of oil. I use the extra virgin olive oil. So that's what it calls for. Then it calls for 1 whole egg, or I pulled up the recipe straight from Pampered Chef. Let me put my glasses on, make sure. 1 whole raw egg, which if I did that, I'd do free range, cage free from a pasture raised chicken. But it also says you can do 1/4 a cup of Aquafaba, which if you don't know what Aquafaba is, it's the liquid drained from chickpeas. So I'm going to give this a shot and see how this works. So basically I'm going to take the cap off of this. Never tried this. You can use Aquafaba also to make whipped cream, to make lots of things. So we're going to try this. It takes 1/4 a cup. That was a pop top. Now I have our little strainer and I'm going to pour that. This is what I measured the oil with. I'm going to pour it right in here until I get 1/4 a cup. I love these little silicone things, measuring cups. So let's see. Whoop. Didn't need to do that. Just spilled that on there. So I told you, I am pampered, not perfect. I'm going to do this over the sink in case I spill. I need 1/4 a cup. Let me see. That is 1/4 a cup. So I'm going to pour that right in here instead of using the raw egg, since I'm allergic to eggs. I'm going to pour it in here. We're going to see what happens. So I've got the oil, got the Aquafaba. Then it says to do a tablespoon of lemon juice. I've squeezed that and got it in our measure-all cup. And I've added that. And then it calls for a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I didn't have any Dijon mustard, so I just took a little bit and mixed it with our Dijon mustard seasoning. That's not available anymore, but anyway, we're going to put a teaspoon in there. Not sure how that will compare. This could be, like I said, an epic fail. We're going to try. And then I think salt is the only other thing. Let me look. Okay, so I've got the lemon juice, that salt, 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. I love our salt and pepper shakers. I'm not measuring 1/4 a teaspoon. I'm just going to, I need to add some more to this because it is about empty. I'm just going to grind a little in there. And then I have our immersion blender. This is part of the Flex Plus. This comes off and it goes onto this part, which makes it a processor, a slicer, a grater, all of the things above. It will also, this will pop on and make a hand mixer. I'm going to use the immersion blender setting and put this battery on here. I have not checked my battery today. Hopefully it's got a good charge. And we are just going to, I think it says just use the immersion blender and mix. That'll go off as a safety feature, but I'll turn it back on. It says, okay, let the oil float to the top, which it looks like it has. Slowly pull the blender up and down, side to side, until it's emulsified. So we're going to see what happens. Okay, got to push this little button here, and then I'm going to turn that up. Going to put this in there, and let's see what happens. It's giving it a yellow tint because of the mustard. Myself. I think it's ready because it's getting good and thick. And it has a little bit of a yellowish tint, but I think it's because of the kind of mustard that I use, because I just used yellow mustard and put a little Dijon in there. But I'm going to taste and see how this goes. So just a second, I'm going to pop this off in here. And that's how easy it is to make homemade mayo. And let's give it a little taste. Tastes like mayo, just like mayo. So anyway, that's how you can make homemade mayo. Now, if you don't want to use the chickpea, you can use a whole egg. If I wasn't allergic to egg, I definitely would use the egg. But I'm trying to not put egg in anything I don't need it in. So now I'm going to add that to both my chicken salad. I'm making some almond cranberry dill chicken salad. Basically, I've got my chicken that is ready to chop up, and I will do that as well. And like I said, I've got this cut. I'm going to do my apples, and with do the matchstick apples, put those in here and add some chicken and some mayo. And then I'm going to add with the rest of my chicken, I'm going to do some of the mayo and some slivered almonds, some cranberries, and our dill seasoning. So, and then I'll have some cranberry chicken salad as well. But anyway, that's how quick and easy it was. No bioengineered in this mayo. So let me know what you think. That was super quick and easy. I'll probably be doing this more because I don't want any of this bioengineered stuff in my food. Tell me your thoughts. So thanks. And if you've ever made your own homemade mayo, or you have a different way of doing it, drop it in the comments and let us know. Thank you for watching.